In the headlines, Charleston Gilbert excels, helping Dominican students secure a 12% pass rate above the regional average in the 2018 CSEC exams. The People's Party of Dominica announces 4 candidates to contest the next general elections. And international organization cuts back on post-Maria roof repairs. I'm Andrea Lee with the Channel 5 News. Back with the details after this.
M&J Covering is the producer of designed galvanized and galvalume in Dominica. They design to your specifications, color and length, 4 styles of galvanized and galvalume pre-painted roofing sheets as requested, and supply all your galvalume accessories. M&J Covering helps you control spending and reduce waste. At M&J Covering, they are also equipped to build your roof to precise standards anywhere on island. So come to M&J Covering at 1 Mile in Portsmouth or call 445-5001-275-5003 today.
Thank you for staying with us. First up, Dominica is celebrating outstanding results in this year's CSEC exams. During a press conference on Wednesday, Ministry of Education officials informed the public of the performance of 5th form students in the regional end-of-school exams. Following Hurricane Maria in 2017, there were concerns over student performance in the 2018 May-June CSEC exams. Chief Education Officer Melina Fontaine says notwithstanding the adverse effect of Hurricane Maria on the country's education system, Dominica was able to produce a 12% pass rate above the regional average.
This year, our analysis of the CSEC results indicates an upward trend in almost all areas. We saw increases in the overall percentage pass and in language and mathematics, 2 very critical subject areas which we monitor very closely. More students passed 5 or more subjects, including English and math. We had more subject passes at 80% and above, 21 this year compared to 21 last year. And our students surpassed the regional average in 31 out of the 33 subjects that they sat. And we were happy to see that 11 of the 15 schools showed increases in their percentage pass rate.
The students performed above regional average in all but 3 subjects, namely French, Industrial Tech Building, and Visual Arts. There was also a 3.6% improved performance from last year's CSEC results. Minister for Education Peter Seja says this year's results are a resounding testimony of the strength of the Dominican people.
Our 5th formers have made us exceedingly proud under less than ideal circumstances, and they must be commended for this. 67% of the students obtain good grades in at least 5 subjects, that is, grades 1, 2, and 3. And 47% of our students passed English and mathematics among the 5 subjects.
38 students from 11 schools performed exceptionally well, obtaining 6 ones and above. 14 students got 6 ones, 5 students obtained 7 ones, 5 received 8 ones, 11 students got 9 ones, and 3 students obtained 10 ones.
Britannia George of Portsmouth Secondary, 10 ones. Grace Etienne of Convent High School, 10 ones and 1 2. And the top one, a moment of silence. Charles Gilbert of Portsmouth Secondary School, 10 ones and 2 twos.
Meantime, Dominica's CSEC top performer, 16-year-old Charleston Gilbert of Penville, who attended the Portsmouth Secondary School, has attributed his success to God, his teachers, and family. Gilbert says he was surprised he topped the exams but was determined to do well despite Hurricane Maria.
It feels really good to have topped this year's CSEC exams in Dominica. I'm very proud of myself. I never expected myself to be the top performer, but I always imagined it, but I never thought it would come true. In preparation for this year's exams, I made sure that all my needs and school supplies were met. I made sure that I applied myself to be consistent in my studies and performance. I made sure that, well, not 100%, but I tried to stop procrastinating because procrastination is a big thing about me.
On the concern that girls continue to outperform boys in academics, Gilbert says boys just need to be more focused on their work.
My advice to those two boys who will be writing next year CSEC exams or any other year, all you have to do is believe in yourself and maintain focus. Whatever you believe that will be a distraction or it is negative, it will negatively impact your studies. I believe that you should let go of that and focus on doing well because it can make a big improvement.
Gilbert plans to become a software engineer and will be pursuing computer science at the Dominica State College come September. Meantime, Deputy Principal of the Portsmouth Secondary School, Shelley Ann Marsler, says the school is elated at the good news.
We are indeed excited that Charles and Gilbert topped their CSEC results this year. Last year we also had a top performer, and this year we do have a top performer again, and so that means our school, we are doing very good. And so we are happy and we are proud of Charleston, and not just Charleston, but we had other top performers in this year's result, and so it's a proud moment for us.
Marsler says following Hurricane Maria, a lot of extra effort was put into ensuring good results at this year's CSEC exams.
And with the students having no electricity in some places and no internet, it was indeed a hard time for them. However, the teachers came on board, they were very supportive, the parents were supportive, and the students, they themselves, they were motivated to do well. And so with extra classes, with the extra support from the teachers and the school, and also our CXC local registrar, who provided ample support to us, the students were able to be successful this year.
On the political scene, the third political party vying to be the next government announced 4 candidates for the next general elections. The leader of the People's Party of Dominica, PPOD, Sophia Carrington, said like her, there were Dominicans living overseas who are interested in running for office. So far, Kim Levy from Goodwill, based in the United Kingdom, Rhea Williams from Canefield, based in New York, Dr. Valrose Joseph, who lives in Sylvania, and Hendrix Peer, a member of the Maho Village Council, are promoting themselves as political candidates for PPOD. Carrington told Channel 5 News that Levy and Williams are in the process of moving back to Dominica. She said in a previous interview that the party would not contest all 21 constituencies.
We didn't plan on doing all 21 constituencies. We planned on targeting 15 constituencies. Okay. And even in the target, one of the things we strongly believe is that the more political parties you have working to the advantage of the people, the better it is for the people. So if we think we have certain candidates that's good within Labour or within UWP, why would we waste and contest in that area when we know these candidates are doing their job? We as progress leaders, as we call ourselves, we have to make sure we carry out what we say we're going to do, and we think we're putting together a good team that can implement some of those plans and policies that we have set up.
In other top stories, the International Organization for Migration, IOM, while pleased with the number of roof repairs thus far, has had to reduce the number of houses benefiting from its re-roofing project. The IOM began roof repair work a few months ago with an original target of 800 houses. To date, over 500 roofs and 7 core houses have been completed. The massive re-roofing project has not been without its challenges, and as project manager with the IOM, Nestor Girikwishaka says, the organization has had to cut back on the total number of roofs to be fixed.
So far, we have been able to reconstruct 535 roofs up to now. Among them, we have about 7 core houses. Our target was initially 805 roofs, but due to different constraints, the cost of materials, let's say the cost of labor, which has gone higher than what was expected, we may scale down a little bit, probably go as far as 685.
Skilled laborers from around the region have been imported to help with the re-roofing project. Girikwishaka says outside of the labor, there are other challenges which affect the rate of roof repairs.
The first thing is the materials. We don't have enough materials here. We're able to buy from outside. And when we are importing materials as well, we have difficulties to get the materials in time. So it may take 2 or 3 months for a project initially planned for 6 months, 9 months. You can see which kind of a challenge it is. It's one of the main constraints, apart from the labor cost and even from the non-availability of skilled labor here. Dominica has skilled labor, but it's not enough. That's why we have to import, so that we can complete what is available locally.
Thus far, houses on the northwest and the northeast of Dominica have been re-roofed, while work will start in other communities later this week.
Well, we are working from Saint Joseph up to Dublin, and from Kalibishi, as the mayor mean, up to Marigot. So, and there are some villages we haven't started to work in. For instance, Mao, Mero, Layupak, we are starting this week. Hopefully we'll be able to achieve whatever is our target during the schedule, which is already set up by end of September.
In police news, a significant number of drivers and riders on Dominica's road have been flouting the law, disregarding the need to ensure their vehicles are licensed. Some of these vehicle owners have also been charged for carrying firearms, while others have had their vehicles or scooters taken off the streets. The police raised the concern and how they've been addressing it during a news conference at police headquarters on Monday.
The seizure of 3 pistols and 40 rounds of ammunition. 4 persons have since been charged with various firearm-related offenses. 617 tickets were issued to motorists who were in violation of the Traffic Act. I must say, however, that most of the traffic violations were with respect to motorists driving unlicensed motor vehicles. 50 motor scooters have been seized as a result of traffic violation by the riders. 32 motor vehicles were also seized, again as a result of traffic violation by drivers. Finally, the evidence seems to suggest that motorists are comfortable violating traffic regulations. I would like to remind them that there are consequences, and we will continue to ensure that the traffic regulations are adhered to by all motorists.
Coming up on the Channel 5 News, what police is doing about a spate of burglaries in the city.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, galvanized and fenced pipe. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Welcome back. A trade unionist maintains that government should offer the necessary provisions to affected businesses given the lingering impact on employment levels stemming out of Hurricane Maria. Secretary-Treasurer of the Waterfront and Allied Workers Union, Curtis Augustus, said he has formally requested that government consider such a measure.
If you have to look at the environment, the atmosphere following the passage of Maria, and recognize that a number of people are either unemployed or at the point where they're going to lose their jobs, it looks relatively dim. For those that are intending to continue, we would like to see that the administration give them whatever support is necessary for them to maintain the job levels in Dominica.
The Dominica Association of Industry and Commerce's post-Hurricane Maria damage and needs assessment indicated that less than 25% of businesses were able to keep a full complement of staff. Augustus says he fears there will be further job cuts.
We believe that there is the possibility that people recognize that we are in fact in a challenging situation. However, they also recognize that when you're dealing with employers, they like to look at the bottom line. And if monies are not coming and if they are not able to convince their shareholders that they would continue to operate because they anticipate that things are going to improve, then there is a very strong possibility that they will close up shop. And if they close up shop, that means it's aggravating an already serious situation in terms of unemployment. And from the trade union standpoint, of course, we would prefer to see people working than being idle.
WAWU's management will monitor the situation at companies it has a relationship with as a consequence of the recent closure of Ross University School of Medicine.
In fact, I intend to speak to two companies in relation to rumors that are circulating in relation to pull-out or in relation to closure. Because one is saying because of the Ross pull-out, there is quite a sum of money that one financial institution would lose as a result, and that could precipitate another round of layoff, redundancies, and or closure. Now, that is a speculation. So this is what I have to really and truly monitor. Although in the case of that particular financial institution, I have had my serious doubts because of what is transpiring between us, because we are in the process of discussion and to conclude a collective labor agreement. That institution have already informed me that there is a possibility of 2 jobs being lost, but that one will be created.
Police continue to investigate a string of burglaries resulting in the seizure of over 400 stolen items. The police force made the breakthrough into 14 reports of burglaries in Roseau on the weekend of the August-Monday holiday.
On Wednesday, August 8, 2018, the CID went out on a major exercise in the city and environs, during which a number of search warrants were executed. The premises of 6 suspects were searched, and a total number of 479 items which were reported stolen were recovered and seized for investigations. 10 suspects were arrested as a result and are in police custody assisting in the ongoing investigation.
In related news, plans are afoot to increase police patrols in the city. Police Superintendent Richmond Valentine said in recent times more police officers are being assigned to make rounds in Roseau.
Well, if you walk through the city of Roseau, occasionally you will have realized that there is an enhanced presence of police officers. And that is something that's going to continue. We believe safety and security is critical, particularly that Roseau is the main commercial area. So definitely there's an increase, and that increase will be further increased occasionally. So we are addressing that.
And the Minister for Education has heaped praise on the People's Republic of China for that country's continued commitment to Dominica's human resource development. The Honorable Peter Seja says the Chinese investment in the Dominica State College and other education institutions in the country are evidence of its support for Dominica.
We still view the construction of the facility as a most tangible expression of the commitment of the government and people of China to educate our Dominican people. In fact, following Hurricane Maria, we saw an investment of some 3 million EC dollars by the Chinese, China Aid through UNDP for the re-roofing of the buildings at the Dominica State College, and that project is currently ongoing. In addition to this, the People's Republic of China has pledged vast resources for the reconstruction of 8 of our schools, including the Goodwill Secondary School.
Seja made the remarks at a ceremony earlier this week where 10 students received the Chinese government scholarships. The minister believes the students are fortunate to benefit from these scholarship awards from the Chinese government. He made a special appeal to the 10 recipients of Chinese scholarships this week regarding their responsibility as Dominican and global citizens.
You will be given the opportunity to broaden your knowledge and understand and experience a diverse culture, tradition, and language. It means that you will be trained to be a global citizen, able to function and to excel in a globalized environment. You are going out like those before you as ambassadors of this country. Therefore, go out there and represent Dominica with pride, dignity, and please ensure that you maintain a nationalistic spirit. This opportunity could have been given to several other thousands of young Dominicans, but it so happens that it is you. Therefore, maximize on the opportunities, make a life for yourself, and ultimately come back and contribute meaningfully to national development. In fact, in this post-Maria period, Dominica needs every Dominican to make a contribution to rebuilding our beloved country.
Over the last 11 years, the Chinese government has spent over $15 million providing scholarships to 133 Dominicans. To end the news, the headlines again. Charleston Gilbert excels, helping Dominican students secure a 12% pass rate above the regional average in this year's CSEC exams. The People's Party of Dominica announces 4 candidates to contest the next general elections. And international organization cuts back on post-Maria roof repairs. Feel free to contact us at news@marpin2k4.com. You can also access or past newscasts on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire production team, I am Andrea Louis, and to all of our viewers around the world, thank you so much for watching. Join us tomorrow.